Today's lesson is called compound or composite. Both of these words mean the same thing. Question: how many people have heard the word compound in chemistry before? What does compound mean? Made up of one thing or multiple things? Well, two at least or more. So when you say compound, it means you put multiple things together. And all of those areas that you see are made of at least two or three shapes. Yes? Oh, I get five? Okay. Okay, so we call a shape that could be cut. The key word today is cut. Cut into more than one basic shape. You can use the word compound or composite. Okay? Okay, everyone, there are always going to be one of two ways to do this. Sometimes it is easier to what? Subtract, which means what? A shape is cutting into another shape, like eating from it. Okay? When you see that, you end up subtracting the shape. This is small. Yes, there we go. Subtracting the shapes to get your total shape area. Okay? When do you do that? I guess the best way to say it is you do that when you have a gap or a hole, like an empty space, inside of the shape. Inside of the shape. Sometimes you don't subtract. You what? You add the shapes to get your total shape area. That usually happens when you don't see a what? You don't see a gap. Instead, you see a shape on top of another shape. Or it doesn't have to be on top of it, has to be, could be attached to it on the side. Okay? Sometimes you can subtract and add, like, choose which way, and it ends up being the same amount of work. Okay? So you're actually going to see that many of these problems could be done using the what? Subtraction method, or it depends how you cut it. Sometimes there's a way to give you less work, and sometimes both methods give you the same amount of work. So you say, you know what, I'll just choose this one. Okay? You get to choose which way to do it. I will never tell you. By the way, the whole idea of this lesson is I can't tell you how to cut. You have to come up with a cutting way. Okay? So let's do the first example or the first page. So all of these examples are find the total area of each of the following compound shapes. Do me a favor. When you cut, don't use solid lines. Use what? Dashed or dotted lines, okay? Just to distinguish them from any other solid lines that actually make the boundary or the edges of the actual original shape, okay? One way you can actually make your life easier is label smaller areas with numbers so it becomes clear and much easier which one are you trying to do. Am I doing area 1, area 2, area 3 once you cut? Don't forget units with your final answer. Everyone, are we doing parameters here or just area? Look at the title, just compound area, which means what? All the units have what power on them? 2. All of them have to look like centimeters squared, meters squared, squared footage, and so on and so forth. Okay, everyone, let's do the first one. Okay. What do you think of this one? Is this easier to be done by adding or by subtracting? Just raise your hand if you have an answer. Should we use subtraction for this or addition? Peter, go ahead. So you tell me how you're gonna got it and what are you gonna add to what. So go. Okay, you know what? How about this? I need a laser pointer. Um, hold on one sec. Ah, there we go. So whoever wants to answer gets to use the laser pointer and tell me where do you want to cut or whatever. Go ahead, everyone. Eyes on the screen and listen to Peter. Oh, just press the top one. Not in your, not in your face. You took science, man, with doorward. All right. Uh-huh. Yes. You assume this gap is what? Filled. And then you end up what? Adding or subtracting it? Nice. Okay, good. Keep the laser pointer, no problem. All right, everyone. So go ahead and add a line, a dashed line here. So I'm going to use the dashed lines for green. So just dots here. Okay. So everyone, what would be the original shape? What? Again, we have covered 5 shapes only yesterday. What is it? Rectangle. Okay, everyone. I want you to do this. Everyone, this is the easiest way to do this problem. Point to the diagram point to it, and let's do the calculation just right on the side. Okay, so A, rectangle, REC. That's my exactly. So that's why I'm gonna point at whatever I need to find each time, and then add or subtract. Okay. What's the area of any rectangle? Come on, it's the easiest equation ever. Area of any rectangle. Length times, or some people like to call it base times height. I don't like base times height because if you flip it, the base becomes the height and the height becomes the base. But let's just call it length times width because whatever is long stays long. Okay. How long is this triangle? What's the long edge? 20. So go ahead. 20. I'm actually just going to put it here. Rect equals 20 times how much? 12. Does anyone know what's 20 times 12? Well, what's 2 times 12? 24. And you put a 0. 240. 240. What's the unit? Yeah, it has to be area. So inches what? Squared. Thank you. Inches, IN squared. Okay, now I want you to point here. So now we're doing what? We're doing that small triangle. Who remembers the area of a triangle? Divided by? Can someone tell me how wide is the base of that triangle? Raise your hand if you see it. Bahjat? And you have to explain to us how you got the number because it doesn't show. Exactly. The full thing is 20. 8 was taken here, and 8 was taken here. So what's 20 minus 8 minus 8? 4, because it's 8 plus 8 is 16. Nice. So everyone, I don't mind if you do this. Look, point here, and you just put 4 like this. Feel free to add as many information to the diagram as possible. Caitlin? Sure, please. Okay, so as Peter said, its area is, so A tri stands for A triangle equals base times height divided by 2. How long is the base? How high is the triangle? Divided by 2 equals 24 divided by 2, which is how much? 12 what as well? Inches. Don't forget the square. By the way, you only lose half a mark of the entire question, which could be worth like 5 or 6, so not much, if you miss the unit and say just inches. Okay. Peter, did you say you're going to add or subtract those? Because it's eating from it. So that means my final answer, I'm going to do it in red. A, you can say final, or yeah, let's say final. Final equals 240. No need for units here, just at the end. Oh, my bad. Equals how much? 228. In what? In inches squared. And that's how we do this problem. Good. Again, being organized is the name of the game. Okay. Don't worry, we're gonna do all of them. I just gotta jump randomly between them. Who can do this one? Who can suggest to do this one? Raise your hand if you have a procedure or a method. Okay, other than Peter, because Peter already taught us to do the first one. Shadi, tell me. Let me just give me 1 second. Shadi, are you gonna subtract or add here? Are you gonna subtract things or add things? Subtract. Why? Because exactly, there's what white inside gray, or basically what there's a gap or a hole or a space inside. Okay. So how many total shapes do you have? 3. We have a big what? And a small. And what do you call that shape at the bottom? Aya? Parallelogram. It's not a what? It's not a, starts with a T. It's not a trapezoid. A trapezoid, you might want to make this edge go this way. So it looks like this. Okay, awesome. So let's calculate 3 areas. So let's point to this gray area in green. All right, area for tri. Can you tell me how wide is the base of the big triangle? How wide is the base of the big triangle? 14. How high is the height of the big triangle? How much? It is 12. Yep, from beginning to end. All divided by 2. Let me zoom in so you can see. Okay, what's 14 times 12 divided by 2? 84. In what units though here? Apparently, everything is measured in feet, so it has to be feet squared. Nice. Okay, let's point to this one now. A equals. What's the base of this triangle? What's the base of this triangle? 6. 6 feet. And the height, everyone, look, they're putting it right here, but it's the same thing from here to here. It's 5/2. 6 times 5 is 30. Divided by 2 is 15. Also what? Feet squared. Don't worry, I'm not going to give you different units for different shapes. Same thing for each shape. Okay? Now we point to this guy. A parallel, let's just write PAR. PAR. Do you remember what's the area of a parallelogram? Any parallelogram. It's actually as easy as the what? As easy as the rectangle. Almost. Huh? Anyone? By the way, this is what you have the sheet from yesterday. What's the area of any parallelogram? What times what? Only two things. Uh, okay, base times height. You can't say length because length would be the side length. Yes. Everyone, does it show you how wide the base is? Exactly. I mean, just by looking, we are safe to assume that this is as big as this and this one. Good. So go ahead, everyone. Put 6 feet here or here. Doesn't matter. So put 6 feet right there. 6 feet. All right. So it's base times height. So it's just 6 times 3, which is 18 feet squared. Let me move it a little bit. Oh, parallelogram. Yeah, just my shortcut way of not writing too much. There we go. Okay. What's the big number? The biggest number of all? 84. Because that's the whole thing if the gaps were not there. Nice. So my area final, let me zoom in so you can see the final step included. Area final equals. By the way, let me show you how I'm going to post my solutions. Just give me 1 second here. I don't mind if you lay out your answer like this. MDF3C, course materials. 1 second. Sorry. Unit 1, I think it was day 8. Okay, everyone, look. I don't mind if you lay out your answer this way. Remember, like grade school, addition and subtraction. I don't mind if you do it this way or this way. So let's back and forth. So 84, subtract what? 15, subtract again, 18. All of that is equal to how much? Well, 15 and 18 is 33. If you subtract 33 from 84, 51 squared. Don't forget the square. It's an area, 2-dimensional. Awesome. That's it. You get full marks if you lay it this way or the other way. Yes, Noor. So how do you know? Depending on the shape. If the shape has holes, you have to subtract, right? You get the big thing and you eat from it. If the shape has things stuck to its side or to the boundaries, obviously it's what? It's adding to it. That's it. So it's always what? It's always how the shape is presented to you. But sometimes you could what? You could subtract or add depending on how you cut it. Okay. By the way, we have a few shapes like this. Everyone good so far? Okay. How about this one? Do you think we're going to add or subtract here, depending on how you cut? Katerina, how would you? How would everyone listen up? Katerina, how would you cut this? Yes. So obviously, we can separate this triangle from the rest of the shape. That's one cut. What's your other cut? Yep. Perfect. Okay, everyone. So let's cut here. Dash, 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 dash. Cut here. So now we have what? Shape 1, shape 2, shape 3. I'm choosing to label this time. It doesn't really matter. Okay, let's look at the first shape. What is it? It's a triangle. A tri or A1. I don't really care. Okay. How wide is the base of this triangle? How many people say 4? How many people say different? Again, if you have a different answer, don't say it. Raise your hand. How wide is the full base of the triangle? From edge to edge. Exactly. The 4 is only here. You still have what? One side here and one side here. So how much? Nice. So 6 times. How high is this triangle? Doesn't explicitly tell you, but we can figure it out. How high is the full shape? 12. This is okay. Whoa, wait. You said what? Noor, what do you think Noor said divided by 3? Which have, by the way, many people do. Uh, because it's divided into 3 shapes. But are you guaranteed, even if your diagram is not to scale, are you guaranteed they all have the same height? Like 3 stages of 4, 4, 4? No. Okay. Now what's the full thing? This is stealing how much? This is stealing how much? No. So how much is left? 12 minus 5 minus 4, which Kylan is signaling 3. Nice. So this guy, again, you don't have to show it, but if you choose to, go ahead. You can do this, and you write 3. 3. Don't forget the division by 2. All right. That's 18 divided by 2, which is 9. What does anyone know what YD stands for? YD. Yards. YARD. Yard. A yard is exactly 3 feet. Exactly 3 feet. So this ruler right here is 1 meter, which means it's 3 feet and a little bit. Okay, a yard is exactly 3 feet. Used a lot in sports when you measure the fields outside, especially in football. So 9 yards squared. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, what shape is this? The middle connection. Actually, you're right. It's actually better than a rectangle. It's an exact what? What's the perfect rectangle? S squared. By the way, it just happens to be 4, 4, 4, 4. It just happens to be. Again, if it weren't, we couldn't care less. We already go with a rectangle anyway. So go ahead, A, and I don't really care if you call it rectangle or square. So I'm just going to say A equals 4 times what? Which is, no. Remember, what's a rectangle? Length times width. Base times height. No division by absolutely anything. So 16 yards squared. Okay, last one, another bottom triangle. What's the base of this triangle? The base width. How wide is this whole thing? Also 6, apparently. Why? Because this dashed line is how much? And then there's a 2 to the side. Yep, it is 6. So 6 times, what was the height of this whole thing? This part was 5, which is 2, which is 30, which is how much? Squared. What do I do with those 3 numbers now? Do I subtract or add? Okay, everyone, are they inside of each other or on top of each other? So that means what? You add them up together, okay? Each one is basically stuck to the edge of the other one, not eating from it. So A final, and I'm going to add on the same line. The first one was 9. The second one was 16. The third one was 15. How much is that? 15 plus 9 is 24. Plus 16 is an exact what? Let me check. Yep, 40. Yeah, I'm going back. I'm just checking my answer. 40 yards squared. You got it. Okay, everyone, I'm hoping the ideas are sinking in. There will be tougher shapes, but at the end of the day, it's how you look at it. It's a very good training on your geometric spatial sense. Okay. I used to struggle so much with these, not because the shapes were difficult, but because sometimes, listen up, when they wouldn't give me all the lengths, I'm not seeing how we could get the lengths that are not shown to me. Okay. Don't worry, I'll post the solutions immediately after the day is done. We're good so far? Okay. All right. This one. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. Recorded, posted, all's good. Who would like to do this one? How many people have an idea? And please listen up, everyone. If you're not sure of your idea but you have one, raise your hand. I'd love to hear it, even if it's incorrect. I made incorrect choices in my life with these things too. Shadi, who else? Shadi, everyone, listen up. Tell me how you're gonna cut. Oh, Eric, up here, laser point. Here. Thank you. Okay, everyone. Shadi's gonna show us how to cut. Go. Everyone? Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? Okay, so give me a second. Dot, 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 dot. Done. What else? Uh-huh. Do what Peter did for the first one. Yes. This one. This invisible edge needs to be what? Recreated again, right? Done. Okay. Okay, everyone, question. Is this problem, look, everyone, is this problem just addition, just subtraction, or both? Why? Because this side is what? On top or to the side. But this side is what? Good. So, first thing we find, let's find this rectangle. Okay, everyone, so let's point. Yep. Everyone point and say A R E C equal. How long is this? How long is this? $340 minus 17, $323. Yard squared. Okay. How many triangles do I see here? Two, a gray one and a white one. I have to find both. Who would like to find the area of the gray triangle first? Christian, what's the base of it? The base is 17 yards. How are you going to find out, everyone? How are you going to find out how long this is? No, Christian. Christian still handles it. Go. Okay. Good. But what's the height? That green arrow I just sketched. Everyone, Kristen needs to focus. How many people wanted to say 30, 35 out of 9, so minus 19? Yes. The whole thing is 35. This is stealing 19. This steals the rest. Good job. What's 35 minus 19? 16 it is. So everyone go ahead and write 16. By the way, I will never penalize you for not showing me the small calculations you did to figure out other dimensions like the 16. If you figure it right, there's only one way to do it, which means you got it right. The 16 feet. Sorry, 16 yards. 16 yards. All right. So point here, everyone, and say A try equals. The base is 17. The height is 16. Don't forget to divide by 2. What's 17 times 16 divided by 2? Well, sir? Oh, yeah, go ahead. 17. 17 times 132. Let me check. Sorry. Sorry, 136. Everyone, 136 yards squared. Go ahead. Come on, copy. I'll move out of the way. There you go. Okay, one rectangle done, one triangle done. What's only left to do? Sorry, with a white triangle. So everyone, go ahead and point. I don't know, maybe like this. So a try. What's the base of this triangle? 17. What's the height of this triangle? Just everyone look. Just 7. Just 7. It says it. Just 7. Divided by 2. Okay. 17 times 7. 70, 49. 119 divided by 2, which is, yep, 59 and a half. Almost 60. Oh, sorry. So what are you going to add and what are you going to subtract? Shelly? I will add which triangle, the gray or the white? The gray. By the way, you always add the gray because that's a part of the what? Of the stuck next to it. Shadi, which one would you subtract? The white triangle because it's eating from it. It's the gap inside. So we have to do this. So our final answer, everyone, is yes. Yep. A final equals. Um, what was the area of the rectangle? Rectangle. 323. By the way, you can subtract first or you can add. I'm gonna add first. So 323 plus 136, and then you minus. Some people like to minus first because it seems to them that it's eating first and then adding. Doesn't matter. You get the same answer. 59.5 equals. This is it. That's the final answer. Okay. So 399. Bless you. Okay. Good. So far, so good. Any questions so far? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay, everyone. Let's go to the next page. Come on. Any takers for this ninja throwing star? Anyone who would like to cut this? Katarina, go ahead. 1 second. Go ahead. Which way you're gonna cut? Yep. And do you think all of those small triangles are identical? They sure are. Everyone, look. What Karina just basically said. This one, 6, 6, 6, 6. All of those are identical. Which means, do you need to find all of them or just one of them, and then multiply by? Because you have 4 copies. Perfect. So go ahead. Let's do the cut. 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 Okay. Since all of them are the same, let's just choose one. I'm gonna choose the top one. Okay, I'm gonna choose to point to the top one. Okay, so A try equals. Can someone tell me how long this side is? How long this side? How long are these four sides? 8. Yeah, go ahead. 8, 8, 8, 8. So the inside is a what? The inside is a perfect what? Square. Nice. Okay, good. So let's do a try. So the triangle has a base of 8. Yep. Yeah. And the height of solid 6, it shows up here. 6 divided by 2, which is how much? Which is 48 divided by 2, which is 24. Yep. Feet squared. Good. Now let's point to the inner square. Uh, we can go maybe here. Okay. So let me just zoom out a little bit. So ASQ, I can call it square because it is a legit square. SQ equals how much? 8 times 8. How much is 8 times 8? Anyone? 60, 64. Yep. Am I going to subtract or add here? Yeah. First of all, there are no white gaps or holes inside, and everything is attached to the edges of the square. So it adds to it. Great. So let's do a final. A final equals 64 plus how much? First thing you said, 4 times how much? 24. You have 4 copies, which is 64. 4 times 24 is 96, which is 160. There we go. So that was an interesting problem of symmetry. Sometimes you have symmetry, like things that are perfectly identical. It's a freebie. It would be a godsend. Yep, yep. Okay, which shape should we do next? Okay, okay, everyone, I'm gonna jump to this shape now. I want to do a slightly not challenging but tricky one. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna go here. Look, and here. Who would like to do this one? Raise your hand. You have to tell me how to cut. Anyone other than Christian? Kylan, go. Everyone, listen up. Go. Oh, um, laser pointer. Thank you. Okay. There's an interesting thing you could do here to make your life super simple. Go. Come on, come on, come on. Uh huh. Okay. Look, everyone. Kylan wants to cut. Go. Okay. How would that help? Like, what's your next step? So, you're gonna cut twice? Everyone, look. Don't copy yet. Kylan is suggesting this, and he's not wrong. By the way, no cutting is incorrect, but there are cuttings that could simplify things. Look, Kylan is saying do this, and I'm just gonna use a solid line just as easier for now. Wait, wait, wait. Ah, sorry, bad. Kylan, that's what you want to do, right? 100%. But what's the problem now? I went from I went from like one big shape to how many shapes? One, two, three, four. That's fine. Who has another way? Bahjat. Bahjat. Listen. You mean here? Sure. I'm not saying you're wrong. Uh, go ahead. How would that help me? And then what? Add or subtract? No. Everyone, Bahjat found something, but he's not able to connect it to the big picture. Literally, pun intended, to the big picture. Bahjat, stay there. I'm going to help you, man, because you did already more than enough. Everyone, Bahjat wants to do this, right? And then what does he want to do? You get this whole thing, and then just subtract what? This guy. Is it making sense now? Again, by the way, I used to be always fixated with addition, just cut to add. And then I was like, why don't you just take the whole thing and just what? Just what? Subtract or remove. Okay, so we're going to do that. Thank you. You got it. Yes. Okay, have a seat, my friend. You're good. Okay. Good job, Bahjat. Okay. How long is this small part? Because it's 5 minus the top 3. So everyone go ahead, just write 2. And how long is this small part as well? Why? Because it's full 14 minus 12, 2. Okay, let's do this one first. What is that shape? Uh, Interesting. It's not a circle. It's only how much? Half a circle. Listen up. Do we have an equation for a full circle? Do we have the equation for the area of a full circle? So I'm going to get the full circle and then divide it by what? By 2. Anyone remembers the equation for a full circle? Come on. Pi r. What's r? Are you given the radius? Okay, what do you call double the radius? Starts with D. Diameter. Never use the diameter. Always use the what? So if this whole thing is 14, how much is this? And how much is this? And how much is this? And this, and this, and that. It's a circle. It's the same thing all over, right? So that means, everyone, let's write, let's add another one. Go ahead, write 7 here. 7 inches. Okay. Area. Okay. Everyone, look. We can find the full circle and then divide by what? 2. Or we can immediately do the equation and divide it by what? So what's the equation of the full circle? Pi times what? R squared. But then we're going to have to divide by. So I want you to write this. Remember, my projector squishes. Everyone, look. Does this look like a half circle? No, it's a bit what? Compressed this way. But look at yours. Look at yours. Yes, a photocopier is good. This projector does a 4:3 aspect ratio. By the way, that sometimes confused me when I was teaching the 1Ls, 2Ls, trying to look. I'm like, this doesn't look like a square. But then I remembered it squishes. It is a square. It just doesn't look like it. Yep. So everyone, half circle, half circle. Go ahead, write it this way. Equals. What's the value of pi? Only up to 2 digits. That's all we need. 3.14. 3.14 times. What's my radius? Not diameter, radius. 7, not 14. 7 is the diameter. Divide by 2. All right? What would that be? Well, in one shot, 7 squared, everyone, is 49 times 3.14 divided by 2. 7693. Just do it in one shot. 7693. What's the unit? What's the unit? Area is always power of squared. Inches squared. Yes. Inches squared. No, 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 no. Yeah. Yes. What's my next shape to find? Either or. It's up to you. Christian, what do you want to find? The rectangle. How long? How long? 14. How short or how wide? 14 times 5. Everyone, go ahead. Point. Sorry. Point AREC equals 14 times 5, which is how much? An exact 70. What shape is that? A triangle. How wide is the base? How high is the height? Right. So it's 2 times 2 divided by 2. It's just what it is. So point to here, and it is 2. So a triangle equals 2 times 2 divided by 2. This 2 will cancel this 2, or this 2 will cancel this 2, or 4 times divided by 2. It's 2 inches squared. Is this a pure addition problem, subtraction problem, or a mix of both? It's a mix. Why? Because you're going to take this guy first. What do you do here? Add or subtract? Subtract, eat it out, and then add this guy. All right? So, area final, A final. Yeah, any white void or space inside of a shape needs to be what? Taken out. Yep. Okay. No, okay. I love this. Everyone, look, look. Noor is saying, but this thing is outside of the shape. Oh, it is. I am not talking about this shape. I'm talking about if I completed it, then it becomes inside of it. Do you see that? By the way, it's weird that you're asking now and you didn't ask about this one. This was done also the same way. I completed it as if the gap wasn't there, and then I what? Removed it. Same exact idea. Make sense? You can always expand your diagram to make it inside and then subtract. That's the whole idea. This one is different, right? Look, Noor, this one is different. This one is already inside, so you don't have a question about that. It's what if you need to complete and then subtract. Yes. Question, or are you good? Katrina? Good? Okay. Everyone, rectangle first, so 70 minus what? 2 plus what? You got it. Equals whatever in inches squared. How much? Everyone? That's the answer. Come on. 144.93. Come on, come on. 144.93. Everyone, how easy is that one? That one. What do you just do? Is this an addition or subtraction? Yeah. Yes. Which is why, everyone, this is your homework. That's homework. Okay. Raise your hand and tell me which one do you want me to take next. Last one? Okay, everyone. Christian is saying, how about the last one? Any takers? Rachel, what's up? Yeah. Sorry. Yes. We only have 20 minutes. Who would like to feel this one? Who would like to handle this one? You want to? All right. Noor wants it. Where's the pointer? Thank you. Okay, Noor, go ahead. You be the brain, I'll be the muscle. Listen up, everyone. Let's see how Noor is going to cut this. By the way, you can see there are so many ways to do this, right? All of them are correct. Let's see which one you come up with. Okay. Everyone, listen. Noor is completing the shape. Okay. So Noor wants to go up. Sure. Okay. Let me just erase this part. Okay. Sure. So Noor is finishing the whole what? The whole box, right? Like the whole rectangle. Okay. Well, I'm not saying that's wrong. No, you don't. By the way, everyone, do we need to cut here? No. Is this already a nice clean box? Keep it nice and clean. How many people agree with this? Okay. What's the big shape? The big shape. What is it? A rectangle. How wide is the whole thing? How long is the whole thing? 16. How wide is the whole thing? Uh, aha. See? 4 here, 5 here, or here. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. Let's discuss that. No. I want to hear your way, but I want to discuss this way till the end. So we're gonna find what? The big thing. And then are we gonna add or subtract from it? You're eating away from it. What are you gonna subtract first? Bahjat, what do you want to subtract first? Because technically you have 3 white pieces. So you want to cut out this piece. How long is all of this? No. Aha, it's not 16. It's 16 minus 4. How big is this? 4. Okay. How about this little one? How big is this? Give me a way. Don't give me a number. Give me a way. But by the way, it was not easy for me to see this when I was doing it. So don't feel bad about it. How long is the whole thing? How much is this stealing? How much is this stealing? So how much is left here? 13 from 16. That's 3. Okay. How about this one? Relax. It's not worth losing your friendship over this. How about this? This one is 5, and this one is 4. Okay. Who has an easier way? Shadi. Okay, everyone. I'm gonna erase this. Go ahead, Shadi. Uh-huh. Okay. So Shadi's only gonna look at this. What happens to be a square? Keep going. Is this a parallelogram, everyone? Do those two sides look parallel? There's actually they're not, and there's no guarantee they are. So I can't use a parallelogram for that gray area. Christian. Yes. Okay, let me just do it this way, and then we can discuss yours. Okay, everyone. Let's do it this way. What's the easiest shape to do right now? I think the square. Let's do the square. Come on. Square. Point here. A square equals 4 times Well, it's a square, so one number is the same twice. 16 what? Inches squared. Okay. Let's do the full what? The full what? Everyone, the full what? Rectangle. The full thing. So A rectangle equals 16 times 5. It is 16 from here to here, and it is 5 from here to here. How much? Now, go ahead. Yes, everyone, how big is this? We said what? So let's find this triangle. Yes. Say again? Oh, if it's a triangle. Triangles and trapezoids are the only ones with division by 2. Unless you have half a circle, but that's for a different reason. It's not the equation, it's because of the process. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. Okay, everyone, how about, how should I point here? Okay, here. How big is this? 4. Actually, let's put it here. 4 and 5. Yeah, yeah, you got it. So everyone, area tri equals 4 times 5, because it's a triangle, which is 20 divided by 2 is 10. Because we did 3 weeks of triangles. That's fine. It is a lot of work. Which one gets added? Which one, sorry, which one gets added? And which ones get taken away? Yes. Subtracted, subtracted, added, added. That's it. All right, so A final, everyone. A final equals. Everyone, I'm gonna start with the big rectangle because it is the big one. So that's 80. How much do we subtract first? How much do we subtract first? 7.5. How much do we subtract second? 10. How much do we add last? 16. Yes. Okay, let's do this here, everyone. I'm just going to show you how to do it. 80, subtract 7.5, subtract 10, added, how much? 78.5 inches squared is the final area. Okay, let me do one more shape. No, because I just want to finish as many as I can with you guys. Okay? Okay, let's do one more shape. Do you think this is too difficult? Or could it be assigned as homework? Everyone? Everyone, how hard is this one? First of all, is it subtraction or addition? Do we have any white spaces that needs to be subtracted? Nope. What's the only cut I need to make? Exactly. So, what is the shape? Half a circle. Everyone, what's the radius? Yes, so A, half circle. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to set you up. Go ahead, everyone. Half circle. How about this one? How about this? What shape is this? No, again, I can't guarantee it, but I can guarantee it's a what? But it is a square only because what? 10 and sure, it is a square. So I will give you this one. It is a square. How about this one? Come on, everyone. What is that? That shape on the side, on the left side. It's a triangle. How wide is the base? How wide is the base? 10. How big is the height from the top to the ground? How much is this? How much? 7. So this one will be what? A tri equals 10 times 7 over 2. Let me just move this a little bit. How much is 10 times 10? 10 times 10. 10 times 10. But it's 10 times 10. No. No, 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 no. What's 1 times 1? Okay, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. But I would be really concerned if that I don't know was true. Okay, I'm going to leave the rest to you because you add the whole thing. Okay, one more shape. Come on. Well, we don't have many left. Done. This. Okay, everyone, I'm going to go to the last shape. Come on. We have 10 minutes. How many cuts should I just add to this? Which one? Exactly. Okay, everyone, how big is this? How big? How big? Okay, so this is area of triangle equals 12 times what? Times 7 divided by 2 because it's a triangle. How much is that? 42. 42 what? Yards squared. Okay, what shape is this, everyone? What shape is this? What shape is this? Rectangle. What's the area of any rectangle? Rectangle. Just what? Length times width or base times height. How long is it? 12. How high or how wide? Great. So I'm gonna REC for rectangle equals 12 times 8, which is 96. How many half circles do you have? You have 2 half circles. Okay, everyone, eyes on me. If you have 2 half circles and you put them together, they make one what? One full circle, right? How many people see this? 2 half circles, if you cut them and then combine them together, what do you get? So can you assume you have a full circle? Yeah, you do have 2 halves, they add up to 1. So we can say, without pointing, everyone, without pointing, we can just say under the diagram, area of full circle equals 3.14 times. Everyone, what's the radius here? Not 8, no. How much? 4. Look, everyone. This is the circle or the half circle. How much is this? 8, which means this is how much? 4 and 4 and 4 and 4. So it has if you combine it together, it's a circle with radius 4. So I don't care if you put 4s all over the place like this. 4, 4, 4, 4, and 4. So times 4 squared. That would be, let me just do it here, 3.14 times 16, which is 3.14 times 16. 5024. Sorry. And is there any subtraction in this problem? No. Everything is what? Glued to the edge of the other ones. So that means what? Add up all the numbers. So A final equals, let me zoom out so you can see the whole thing. 42, that's the upper triangle, plus 96, that's the inside square, rectangle, plus 50.24, the two halves of the sphere adding to one full circle. Sorry, not sphere, circle. Sphere is 3D. And how much is this? I don't know. 42 plus 96 plus 50.24. 188.24. In what unit? In yards. Where? Let me just check from my original solutions. Just give me a second. Yep, life is good. Done.